إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله نشهد يا رسول الله أنك قد أديت الأمانة وبلغت الرسالة ونصحت الأمة وكشف الله بك الغمة وجاهدت في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاك اليقين فجزاك الله عنا خير ما جزى نبيا عن أمته ورسولا عن رسالته. أما بعد، يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. ثم أما بعد. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, today's topic about a business proposal. We are in the West, we love to hear about business and making money. But we'll talk about it in a different light. Talk about the marketing. We'll talk about the location. We're talking about surrounding yourself with successful people in order for you to be successful. And also you may have to do some trips, so you will need your passport. And in the end, it's about the P&L, your profit and loss, your balance statement, your assets and liabilities, and the bottom line, those who win and those who lose. So let's find out where we are and how we're going to end up, how we're going to make it or break it. In a half an hour, summarizing this is difficult. But may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those who listen to speech and follow the best of it. Ameen. In the beginning, when they say marketing, they say gradual growth. And they also say location, location, location. And they talk about the word of mouth as the best type of marketing and so on and so forth. And then we'll go into the aspect of business. But before, you have to do the marketing. And in the end, you'll get your passport. And you will see whether you have some visas, whether you're allowed in or out. And what's on your passport? You'll talk about your name, your date of birth, expiry, your address, and so on and so forth. So hopefully we can relate to that in a way that is different. So when we say location, what do I mean by that? When we emphasize the fact, you can open a shop, you have the best product, everything is good, but if you're in a bad location, you're not going to make it. And if we say, in order for you to be successful in business, you have to surround yourself with successful people, well, you'll have to look at who's around you. And a word of mouth, what's your reputation? So let's take one at a time for now. Location, location, location. So where do you hang out? And who do you hang around with? And when you leave this place, what do people say about you? You know what will people say about you after you're gone? They will simply say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. So why do you worry about what people say? Because that's what they will say after you're gone. And that's why Al-Hasan al-Basri rahmatullahi alayhi says, do you know what you just said? He says, yeah, I know, but he translated the meaning. He says, no, that's not what it is. He says, if you know for sure that you were created, then know for sure that you will die. And if you know for sure that you will die, then best assured that you will be buried. And if you know for sure that you'll be buried, then you better know that you'll be resurrected. And if you know that for sure you're going to be resurrected, then you better know that you will be held accountable by Allah. And if that's the case, you will better know that وَقِفُوهُمْ إِنَّهُمْ مَسْئُولُونَ. Stop them, they will be asked. Summon them. And he says, if you know for sure that you will stop in the front of Allah, then you better know that you will be asked questions. And if you know that you'll be asked questions, فَأَعِدِّ الْجَوَابِ لِلسُّؤَالِ. If you know for sure that you're going to stand in front of Allah on a day that is 50,000 years, لا تزول قدم عبد حتى يسأل عن أربع. You know for sure that you will not be able to move your feet, and you will hear your name. أين فلان ابن فلان? Where is so, the son of so? هلم للعرض على الجبار. Come, summon them before me. Stand and answer the question. So if you know for sure that you'll be asking questions, then do you know the questions? If we don't know the questions, how are we going to get the answers? So he says, you better prepare the answer for the questions. Let me take you on a journey. Understanding the most important part is the beginning. So I have to take you front and back to know how gold the chance that you have within your fingers. So don't let it slip through your fingers. 120 days in the womb of your mother, 4 things are written. Your lifespan, your rizq, your umr and your rizq, your sustenance and provisions. Your amal, your actions and deeds. Shaqiyun am sa'id, happy or sad. Close to the mercy of Allah or away from the mercy of Allah. By your actions and deeds. So the scholars say 2 things are written in the womb that they are actually guaranteed. That we are concerned about. Our whole life we're worried about what's going to happen to my life. Where am I going to get my rizq? Am I going to be able to pay the bills? How am I going to take care of my children? So the scholars will say this is a favor that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has done upon you that you can never thank Him for. He guaranteed the 2 things that you worry about. What are they? Your life and your rizq. Guaranteed. 120 days. Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu wa an ahli al-bayt al-athari wa sahabati ajma'in. He said, Wallahi, I was on a journey. I went to a masjid to pray. I asked the man to take care of my horse. When I came back, the horse was there, but the reins of the horse were gone. So I had to go to the marketplace to look for other reins to substitute. I saw my own reins. So I asked the merchant, Astahlifuka billah. I ask you for the sake of Allah, how much money did you pay the man that gave you those 2 reins? He says, gave him 2 dinar. He says, Wallahi, I had the intention to give him the 2 dinar. وَلَكِنَّهُ اسْتَعْجَلْ. But by Allah, he was in a rush to get his wealth. Meaning what, akhi? You're going to get the exact same provisions. The only thing that you will be asked about on Judgment Day, مِنْ أَيْنَ اكْتَسَبَهُ وَفِيمَ أَنْفَقَهُ. Where did you get it from and how did you spend it? So you think about your business, my brothers and sisters. Your liabilities and your assets are your good deeds and your bad deeds. Think about your balance sheet. Think about the bank in this dunya and the bank in the hereafter. We want more. هل من مزيد ولا يملأ عين ابن آدم إلا تراب. We want more. 100,000? No, I want to be a millionaire. I'm a millionaire now, I want to be a billionaire. Nothing will fulfill the eyes of that child of Adam except dust when we die. ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر. Hoarding, more. So I'll give you the 8/3 now since we're talking about it. The 8/3 in the Quran, the scholars will tell you if you take the 8/3, may Allah help you. قل إن كان آباؤكم وأبناؤكم وأخوانكم وعشيرتكم وأزواجكم وأموال اقترفتموها وساكن ترضونها. This is a tijara, you want it. So you see the 8 are halal, the scholars say. He says, تجارة تخشون كسادها ومساكن ترضونها أحب إليكم. Here's the continuation. He says, your father, الأب وإن علا والابن وإن دنا. So your father's and upwards. Don't you know who I'm from lineage? أنا بنت طرطوشي باشا. Don't mess with me, man. I come from this lineage, man. Don't talk to me. Are you talking to me? I know so and so. And I have lineage. And you know the brethrens. I have the posse. I have the power. Al-Udda wal-Adid. I have the numbers. This tribe. I come from this tribe. Oh, no, you can't marry from my tribe. Even though it's the same country. No. Your tribe is different than mine. You live in the north. I live in the south. You have a different color skin tone. A different dialect. So there's no isms, Habibi, in Islam. And then the tribes come in. The spouses. Yeah, I took a daughter of so-and-so. Did you get, I married this guy, man. Do you believe it? And money you hoard. And the business you're afraid to lose. And the dwellings that you're hoarding on to is more beloved than Allah wa Rasuluh wa jihadin fi sabilih. It's called fat ta'qib. Fatarabbasu. It's plural. If it's more beloved to you than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and striving for his sake in every means and every way, in every matter, wait till Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decrees his matter. So that's your criteria, my brothers and sisters, for business. Is it halal or haram first, akhi? Not how much money it will make. And your location, we're talking about the masajid. Because this location will come after in the passport. So if you want, you have to say when not, in business they tell you if you want to be successful, surround yourself with successful people. So are the people around you right now, where do you think they're going to take you? How are you going to end up? You know you'll be resurrected with the people who you love. So is your friend, who's your posse, Habibi? I know brother Mimi, Tutu, Lulu, Susu and Fifi. Wallahi, no way. What about Abdullah, Abdul Rahman, Muhammad and Ahmed? What happened to those brothers, akhi? No, these are backward brothers. They remind me, akhi, Quran and Sunnah. Yeah, what happened? So I'm going to give you 3 criteria, quick. If you have these criteria and the people that you're surrounding, hold on to them. If not, fire them. Get somebody else and replace them. Just like business deals, man. You have to make harsh decisions. If you want to make it, it's all about the bottom line. So there are 3 criteria the scholars will tell you of a friend you keep. إِذَا رَأَيْتَهُ ذَكَّرَكَ بِاللَّهِ رُؤْيَتُهُ. If you see them, they remind you of Allah. I haven't prayed Asr yet. Sheikh Abdullah is Allahu Akbar. I haven't prayed Asr yet. إِذَا رَأَيْتَهُ ذَكَّرَكَ بِاللَّهِ رُؤْيَتُهُ. If you see them, they remind you of Allah. دَلَّكَ عَلَى اللَّهِ حَالُهُ. They will guide you in a straight path, the way they live, the way they talk, the way they eat, the way they behave. They do everything according to Quran and Sunnah. Number 3, زَادَكَ إِيمَانًا مَنْطِقُهُ. It will increase your iman. When they speak, they remind you of Allah, they remind you of Quran, they remind you of Sunnah Rasulullah. They remind you of heaven and hell, life, the truth about it, and the truth in the hereafter. These are the 3 criteria. Look around. Are these the 3 criteria you have as your friends now? If not, please look for these 3 criteria. Where do you find it? Right here. It's a long story, the time is running. Now the 3rd one, word of mouth. So who do you think? What's your reputation? Well, you'll know your reputation on the name of the passport in the end. Just think about it. When people come and they see you, they say, Allahu Akbar, brother so-and-so, Allahu Akbar, sister so-and-so is coming. Alhamdulillah. Or, A'udhu billahi min shaitan rajim. Allah, hasbunallah. Run, sell, move out. What's your reputation like? I'm not talking about the reputation with the people that we're not after. I'm talking about the reputation with the hood, the brotherhood, the real people, the one that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called believers. I'm not interested what other people say. I'm interested what the true brothers are saying. Because as shuhada, you are witnesses. It's a reflection. Understand that if Allah loves you, will make people love you, not the other people, these people. If they don't, then you better wake up before it's too late. After Jalsa Salah, inshallah, we'll take you on the other 2 in the roadmap and give you the keys for successful business, inshallah, in this dunya and the hereafter. أقول ما تسمعون وأستغفر الله فاستغفروه فيا فوز المستغفرين. الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده أما بعد. My dear brothers and sisters, I understand this is a difficult topic to talk about. But it's good to wake up once in a while. In business aspect, you will also know that there's an accountant, there's an auditor, but somebody will check. And some investors, and people will say, you know what? It's a good deal. You did good, son. I'm proud of you. Oh man, you're a loser. What happened? Didn't you know? It's the same thing, Habibi. In this life, it's the same thing. You know, you get tested. Every year, you get tested, a final exam. And it shouldn't be a surprise to you. So if you've done your homework, you'll say, هَاؤُمُ قَرَأُوا كِتَابِيَا. If you haven't, يَا لَيْتَنِي لَمْ أُوتَ كِتَابِيَا. Waiting for that, it's only a piece of paper that will make you graduate, go from grade 2 to grade 3, or graduate from high school to get university. And after you get that, you get a job. Understand, a piece of paper, you wait for it all year. Could you imagine a PhD? A professor says, according to one question, only one question, if you answer properly, I will give you a PhD. Wouldn't you at least be curious what that question is? Would you not at least devote your whole time to make sure you prepare for that question to answer? According to that, you're getting a PhD. Otherwise, you're going to be you're losing everything. Lost your time, your money, your effort, everything. People thought you're going to be the doctor come to save the country, or whatever village we come from. And all of a sudden, you're infamous. You're supposed to be famous. Could you imagine? What do you think that question is? And what do you think the best shahada is? Certification. The one that will actually make it or break it. Not here, there. On a day that is 50,000 years, you understand you're going to get 99 files. Every one of us will get 99 files, every file as far as eyes can see. ما لهذا الكتاب لا يغادر صغيرة ولا كبيرة إلا أحصاها ووجدوا ما عملوا حاضرا ولا يظلم ربك أحدا. Every minor, major, everything is written, recorded. Nothing is hidden. And Allah will never oppress anyone. It's a promise. So think about it. And if you compare the 4 things that are written in the womb, you'll find a lot of comparison in the hereafter. Al-umr is guaranteed. So fi umrihi fima ablah. I've given you umr. أَوَلَمْ نُعَمِّرْكُمْ. Have I not given you life? مَا تَذَكَّرْ. Those who remember. وَجَاءَكُمُ النَّذِيرُ. A warner. You think it's just Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? What about a gray hair on your face? What about a line beside your eyes? What about you cannot see without certain things, or even hear with certain things? A noise you make when you sit down, and another noise you make when you get up. People not around you anymore, they were here last week. Isn't that a nadir, ya Sheikh, when you look at yourself in the mirror before you go tonight? Think. So if that's the case, well, I have to think about it. I'm going to get examined for sure. Well, I'll get guaranteed, the money's guaranteed, then I'm going to say it again. Where do you get it from and how do you spend it? Your youth, how did you spend that? How are things are done? It's up to you, akhi. You see, life is like a shopping mall. Business. Are they going to tell you can't come to the shopping mall? No, come sir, please come. Come, ukhti. We know how they love shopping. Enjoy. Are they going to tell you not to go to a certain store? No, you can go to any store you like. Can you buy anything? Of course. You can pick up whatever you want from the shelf. But on the way out, what do you have to do? You have to pay. And that's exactly what the shopping mall is all about. You can do whatever you like in this shopping mall called life. But on the way out, here's your bill, sir. You have to pay now. Knowing that, my brothers and sisters, understanding it's all about plus and minuses. So your righteous deeds are a plus. Your bad deeds are in a minus. And since in this life we do not want our bank to be in the red, we always want to make a deposit. That's why Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu and his Sahabat ajma'in is, Wallahi, not one single day the sun is risen upon and set upon, I did not increase my righteous deeds and my iman, and that's not a good day. His measuring stick is not how much money I made. We're saying it's halal. قُلْ مَنْ حَرَّمَ زِينَةَ اللَّهِ الَّتِي خَرَجَ الْعِبَادِ وَالطَّيِّبَاتِ مِنَ الرِّزْقِ. We're not saying it's haram. It's halal as long as it's halal. Enjoy it. I want to be the best doctor, Muslim doctor, the best Muslim engineer, the best Muslim lawyer, the best Muslim whatever it is that you do, and excel, because we're commanded to do ihsan, in excellence of everything we do. We're not asking you to come and live here and leave everything else. La wallahi. That's not what we're asking. But we're asking about the 8 over 3. The 8 we talked about over the 3. What's it more beloved to you than Allah subhanahu jalla fi'ula and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? And you're striving for the sake of Allah in the fitan that is surrounding you. Everybody's telling you go left. Come on man, live a little. And only one guy looks like this, tell you, come on man, Sheikh, Don't forget your share of life. وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. Don't forget your share of life. You know what the scholars say? Some opinions. Your share of life is actually your shroud. That's the only materialistic thing you will literally take out of this one, the dunya. But of course, the good deeds that you will come back and so forth and so forth. But at the time, I don't have enough time to explain everything. But understanding that, my brothers and sisters, also know that in the business, sometimes you have to travel. And that's what we finish with. Your passport, inshallah. Your passport has your name. So I say, what's your name, man? My name is so-and-so. No. That's not what I'm asking. Your passport is different. This passport is not like what we have here. This passport is something for the hereafter. So when you say, what's your name? You understand the hadith says, after we die, what happens? Who will be called by? You will be called by the best names you were called upon on this earth. Or the worst names that you were called upon on this earth. And how will angels know you? Maybe you're walking alone here. And people don't like the way you look. But you're very famous in the heavens. Maybe you're alone, but you're very popular. Okay? Because you understand, after we die, they're not going to say, bring Dr. So-and-so in the grave. No, Adil Amana. Give me the body. Labels are gone. It's a believer or a disbeliever after. What's your address? You know, I live in blah, blah, blah. Very posh. I drink tea with pinky up. Yes. I have strawberries with cream. That's what they do here in the UK, right? I'm very rich. I drive. I wear Gianni Versace, Giorgio Armani. I got bling, man. I got a Swiss bank account, private jet. Dude, I got lawyers. Don't you know who I am? This is the real Rolex. Good. I'm happy for you. But where do you live is what I mean. Where will you end up living in? And what will your grave be? A piece of heaven or a piece of hell? Will it collapse your ribs or will it expand as far as your eyesight can see? Will the gate open to see a place in Jannah? Ameen ya Rabb. Or the place in the hellfire? Wal-iyadu billah. May Allah protect us from that. Where do you live? Where do you live, Habib? Your address. Your permanent address. How many of us moved so many times? No more. Why? Because of this Dar al-Qarar. That's it. You see, when Allah talks about the hayah, He talks about the hereafter. In the Dar al-Akhirah, lahiya al-hayawan. The true life is the hereafter. But here it says ma'isha. فَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِ فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكَ. Those who stay away from my remembrance in every aspect, they will have a difficult life. Even though that they may be rich, but there's a void in the heart. They're hungry. Something is missing. Isn't that amazing? When they're all alone, they cry because even though they're so past and they have so many hits on Facebook, Instagram, you know what I mean? Everything. I'm so popular, man. But alone, I don't have it. SubhanAllah, the link is missing. The bars, the Wi-Fi is low, the battery is low, Sheikh. The upload is such a low. You need to get a better router. You find it right here. Well, what else do you have? You have something called expiry date. What's the expiry date on your passport? No, it's not what you think. وَاعْبُدْ رَبَّكَ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَكَ الْيَقِينَ. Worship your Lord till what? Yaqeen? Oh, I have yaqeen now? I'm certain? No, it's death. So there are ways that we will die. May Allah give us a good ending. Bin Baz rahmatullahi alayhi says, don't leave any prayer without saying these three dua. Remember them well, akhi. He says, make sure you say minimum 3 dua in every prayer. He says, Allahumma inni as'alaka husna al-khatima. Oh Allah, I ask you to give me a good ending. And that's why some of the scholars will cry. He says, why are you crying? From your sins? He says, no, I'm afraid of su'ul khatima. I'm afraid I have a bad ending because there is no recovery after that. Don't die except in the state of Islam. Why? Because the way you live, the way you will die. And the way you die, the way you'll be resurrected. So we cut to the chase. Just don't die except in the state of Islam. Okay. Then he says, the second one he says, At-tawba nasuha qabla al-mamat. Oh Allah, grant me a tawbah, a repentance that is accepted, sincere, comprehensive, completed, perfected before I die. And the last one he says, Ya muqallib al-qulub wal-absar, thabbit qalbi ala dinik. The hearts are in your hand, O Allah. They tremble, they change from one state to another. O Allah, let my heart be steadfast on your path till I see. He says, these three dua, make sure you don't miss out on that before or after every salah, inshallah. So there's one way we can die, and the hadith says you will be snatched, your soul will be snatched out like a piece of white wool with a sharp object and tries to flee inside your body. But hayat, and how? You can't, there's no way out. Or it will come from قَقَطْرَةِ مَاءٍ مِنْ فِيهِ السِّقَاء, an ease of a gentle drop of water that comes out of a spout of a pot. The choice is yours. Which one do you want? Okay. And then, finally, you will have some visas. You know, there's places that you will have to file so many requests and so much paper and so much money, and even have to hire lawyers to be able to get in that place. After you do all the stuff, you still get denied. And some other places you'll be able to go. So I'm asking you, what visas do you have on your passport? Yeah? Will you be proud of these visas on Judgment Day? Oh, I've been here, I've been there. You know, they scan you and they know exactly what you've been. So, أَلَّا يَجِدُكَ حَيْثُ نَهَاكَ وَلَا يَفْتَقِدُكَ حَيْثُ أَمَرَكَ. Allah should never miss you where He ordained you to be, and He should never see you where He forbade you to be. So the most important one in the last minute, you have a visa for Jannah. Allahu Akbar. You see, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ gave you an invitation. That's why I'm inviting you to come and join us tomorrow for the conference, to learn about the best of the best, the one that will intercede for us on Judgment Day. Because it's كل أمتي في الجنة إلا من أبى. Everyone is going to Jannah, except those who refuse. How do you refuse to go to Jannah, Shaykh? How do you refuse to live eternally, happily ever after? No job, no death, no taxes, no pressure, no prejudice, no complaints, no illness, no sorrow, no sadness, no stress, no pills. A brick of silver, a brick of gold. You know, He said, this is the invitation He's given you. And He said, إِنَّ أَقْرَبَكُمْ إِلَيَّ, the most beloved to my heart, مَوَدَّةً, وَأَقْرَبَكُمْ إِلَيَّ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, the closest to me on Judgment Day is أَحَاسِنُكُمْ أَخْلَاقًا. We'll talk about that tomorrow. So come and join us, inshallah. Lastly, help my brothers and sisters in the business. Because you see, the scholars will tell you, Prophet, what you give here is actually yours in the year after. But when you don't, it will be your inheritors. The brother Sheikh just told me that there's a waqf, endowment. That's a legacy they're going to leave behind, and that's the business you can be proud of. So help. If everybody here gives at least £100, inshallah, we can hit our target. So do your best, brothers and sisters, because that could be your last thing you ever do. And if the king asks you or the queen asks you to give me a loan, will you not give her a loan? You will. What about the King of Kings if he's asking you for your own good? And that's what I'm going to leave you with. May Allah subhanahu wa jalla fi'ula make us among those who listen, teach and follow the best of it. I ask Allah subhanahu wa jalla fi'ula to forgive us all. Ameen. Wa akhdu alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wa sallam ala alihi wa sahbihi wa tabi'in. يا ربنا لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الاولين والاخرين من العبد. اللهم انصر الاسلام واعز المسلمين واعلي بفضلك كلمتي الحق والدين واذل الشرك والمشركين اعداءك اعداء الدين اوقع الكافرين في الكافرين واوقع الظالمين في الظالمين واخرجنا من بين السالمين. اللهم احفظنا بالاسلام قائمين واحفظنا بالاسلام قاعدين واحفظنا بالاسلام راقدين ولا تشمت بنا الاعداء ولا الحاسدين. اللهم احفظنا من بين ايدينا ومن خلفنا وعن ايماننا وعن شمائلنا ومن فوقنا ونعوذ بعظمتك ان نغتال من تحتنا. اقول ما تسمعون فما كان فيه من صواب من الرحمن وما كان فيه من خطأ من لسان فمني ومن الشيطان والله ورسوله من البراء. وأعوذ بالله أن أذكركم به وأنساه وأقم الصلاة.